All right, so 2 months after Hurricane Maria, many people in Puerto Rico are still living in the dark. Believe it or not, even San Juan, a beautiful city, easy to get to. 50% of the people still without power in San Juan. Is that possible? Well, the island's power grid was completely wiped out by the storm.
And now Con Edison quickly stepped in to help. Waves of New York State utility workers have been going to the island to help get the lights back on. Con Ed Commander Orville Cucking was working there and is now back home. And Con Ed Commander Shakira Wilson is leaving for Puerto Rico this weekend. Orville and Shakira are joining us this morning. You just got back on Friday, right?
That is correct.
Did you anticipate what you were really going to see, or was it a shock when you got there?
So, you know, we knew it was going to be significant, but, you know, seeing it firsthand is very different from the reports. But the people of Puerto Rico were, for being without power for 70 days, they were just incredibly optimistic. So that was very humbling for me.
But they still must have been so thankful to see you.
Oh, absolutely. They were very grateful, and we were warmly welcomed.
What are the challenges? Why is it taking so long to get the power back up?
The entire electric infrastructure in Puerto Rico was just totally devastated by Hurricane Maria.
But, you know, there were reports that the head of the power authority in Puerto Rico, that you guys actually reached out, like, moments after Maria struck that area, and the guy who was running the power authority in Puerto Rico said, "No, I don't need your help, New York. I don't need your help, Florida. We're going to do it on our own." Did that time... I mean, obviously it's lost time, and now look at the situation they're in. Shakira, weigh in.
Yeah, so I would say when we got the call, we were ready to deploy. We got the call. Next day, we started preparing, and we flew our trucks down there. We got our vehicles down, all of our crews, and we were ready to go. So we're going to do everything that we can to try to get the lights back on, and we're down there making plans and working.
You're leaving on Sunday?
I leave on Sunday, yes. I'll be there this weekend.
So, Orville, how many people would you say you got up and running in the 2 weeks that you were there?
I would say in the 3 weeks that we've been on the ground, we've had several thousand people back in the old San Juan region, Puerto Rico.
Is it mind-boggling to you that, like, San Juan, which is like a city like New York, that, like, the power is not back on 70-something days after the Maria hit there?
Yeah, the devastation to the electric infrastructure is significant. It's going to be difficult work getting the power back on.
What are the major obstacles that even you face, and I'm sure you warned Shakira she's going to also face?
Oh, yes, there are several. In the rural areas, just access, it's mountainous, it's difficult terrain. In the cities, such as Old San Juan, the streets are narrow. Specifically, one area that we worked in, which is the La Perla area in San Juan, there are 2 tunnels that provide the access to that community. So we actually had to deconstruct our vehicles to actually get them in there and reconstruct them on the other side.
Oh, that's a lot of work.
It was.
Did you have all the necessary equipment that you needed there, or were you also seeking assistance from people that are a part of their infrastructure already to aid in these types of things?
We did both. We sent our equipment the week before, so our equipment met us in San Juan, and we've been working with our utility partners, prepare for materials.
Are they as skilled as you?
They're very talented individuals. They're very
Who's
competent.
in charge, by the way, down there?
So recently, Carlos Torres was appointed as the single point of contact for the restoration.
Because I don't know, there's been lots of reports that, you know, there's nobody in charge, and that's why it's taking so long, even to distribute the food. I mean, forget about the power situation. The food situation is a mess because there's nobody in charge. So now the Con Ed's on the ground. Do you see, obviously, you see some kind of improvement going on. How long do you think it's going to take?
Well, I'll tell you, it'll take a while.
What's a while?
So again, the amount of devastation that's down there, it takes a lot of planning, and restoration work can be very dangerous. So it's not something you could just go down and just get people back. Oh, absolutely.
In what way? What do you face as going in there trying to get this up and running?
So I will say the priority for us is definitely safety, not only for our team, but also for the public. And you have to just make sure that when we are getting the lights back on, it's very strategic and there's a plan for it, because people can get seriously hurt. So there is a planning aspect of it. Again, material bills, the vehicles, and making sure we have the right equipment. So we're dedicated to the effort, and we'll be there as long as it takes.
So you usually have to have that area then roped off or wherever you're working on to make sure that the public is not in that area. Do they come up to you? Do they say, when are we getting our lights back on? When is it coming back up? I mean,
so they have been coming up to us, but mostly they have been coming up to us just to say thank you.
Oh, that's so nice.
So it's just been very humbling. Is the word that I can reach for. Just to see the amount of gratitude that they have and how thankful they are. Even folks who are New Yorkers who are living in Puerto Rico, they
family there.
They have family there. They notice the trucks, which are familiar from their time here in the Bronx or in Brooklyn or Queens, and
because they feel the connection.
They do feel the connection. Sure.
Well, thank you for what you're doing. You make us proud. Usually I get mad at Con Ed. When I look at my bill in the summertime, I'm like, you're on my mind, but it's usually not that good. But in this particular instance, I'm so happy that you're there. You're representing us. You're getting the power back on. And by the way, you're leaving your family back here, and you're going down there during the holiday period. So thank you for everything.
And how long are you going to be there, Shakira?
I'll be there for a few weeks. So I'll say my family's very supportive.
You'll be back for the holiday.
Yes, I will. I will try to get back for the holiday. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Shakira Orville, thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
All right.
Thank you.
It's 7:38 in the morning. Should we take a little break?
I think that sounds
Do
like
you ever get mad at your Con Ed bill during the summertime?
This will be the first time that I've gotten it. It's